Wondering when you should start running Facebook ads for your upcoming webinar launch? Over the next couple minutes, I'm going to walk you through my Facebook ad strategy for a webinar or a challenge launch. And I'm going to be sharing the one thing that most people don't do that's going to make your ad campaign so much more successful. If you don't know me yet, my name is Genevieve Rachal. I'm the owner of a Facebook ads agency that helps freedom-focused coaches and course creators massively scale their online business with high converting ads. And I'm here to help you create a sustainable marketing strategy while generating more leads, more sales, and more of whatever you want in life while not being able to stand out from that boring old sameness that everybody's doing in the digital marketing world. So over the next couple minutes, I'm going to walk you through that Facebook ad strategy for a webinar or a challenge launch. And I'm going to share that one thing that's going to make your ad campaign so much more successful that most people, they're just not doing it. So let's dive in and talk a little bit about launch events. And here is the number one truth about launching and sales and all things digital marketing. In itself, basically, it's a numbers game. So you know that a certain percentage of people who actually register for your event are going to show up, and then a fraction of those people are actually going to purchase your product, right? So your goal is to really figure out how much money you want to make and how many people you need to get through your funnel to do that, right? So you don't just need to know how many sales you need to make, you actually need to know how many people you need to get signed up for your event. So when it comes to getting people to sign up for a live webinar or a challenge event, really the registration is only going to be between 20 to 30%. So that means people who come to your registration page, only 20 to 30% are actually going to sign up for that event. And then those people that sign up, only 10 to 30% of those people are actually going to attend or show up to your event, right? So when you start thinking about these percentages, it makes you really think about like, oh, I need a whole lot more people to get in front of in order to reach my revenue goals. So the typical conversion of a webinar or an event launch funnel is only around 1 to 3%. And that's going to be a 1 to 3% of the people who either attended live or watched your replay. Maybe they have a replay of your challenge event and they go through it at a little bit later time during your actual launch. But all these numbers, you know, they're just enough to make your head spin, right? When you start thinking about all the percentages and all the things and the numbers that you need to know, and it makes it a lot more difficult when you think like, well, I just only want to sell 5 of my new program. Like, I don't want to think about all of these things, but that's where the math when it comes to marketing comes in. And that's why ads can actually help you, because they can actually help you get in front of so many more people than just your organic audience, right? But here's what happens typically whenever a coach or a course creator is getting ready to launch and they start running ads. Usually what they'll do is they'll wait to about 2 weeks to 10 days prior to their event, and then they start running event registration ads to a cold audience. Now, a cold audience is people who've never heard of you and they don't know who you are from Adam. They don't, they just run across your ad on Facebook and they're like, oh yeah, maybe this sounds good. Maybe I do need to go to this webinar, blah, blah, blah. So this strategy absolutely works, but there is a much better way to grow your audience before your big event. And it's going to give you not only a larger audience to launch to, but it's going to bring down your ad cost for your registrations considerably. So if you're on a budget, or even if you're not on a budget, you want to be able to get the most for your ad spend, right? So if you could get more people in for less money, it's kind of a no-brainer. So the industry standard for cost per lead with Facebook ads to a webinar registration, they vary based on niche, but they can be anywhere from the $2 to the $10 range. $10 is a little bit on the high end, but I have seen them. $2 is a really great range. And I would say if you fall anywhere in the $3 to $6 range per lead, then you're doing a pretty good job with your ads. But in a recent challenge launch that I did for a client, we were able to get registrants on an average of 86 cents. And these are really great quality leads. So I'm going to share with you what we did different, because it didn't take a lot of effort on our part. We actually just made a few little tweaks and we were able to bring down the cost of our lead considerably, and in turn able to get so many more people registered, which obviously increased the amount of people who bought at the end. So here's what we did different. We actually started growing her email list way before our launch target date. So instead of starting out 10 days to 2 weeks before the actual launch event started, we started about 45 days out. And 30 days to 90 days is a really great time to start getting in front of cold audiences, getting new people in your orbit, and letting them know who you are and what you do, so that the first time they see your webinar registration ad, they'll go like, oh, who is this person? Never heard them before. How do I know what they're talking about? They've actually been exposed to you on many levels throughout your Facebook ad campaigns, and they actually are like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to sign up. And one of the easiest ways to do this is with your lead magnet that's relatable to the offer that you'll be launching. They're going to see your ads. They're going to sign up for that. They're going to be on your email list. They're in your orbit now. And for even more impact and to even further lower your cost per lead, you can actually run what I like to call visibility ads. These are essentially some of your best organic content. You put a few dollars a day in ad spend behind them. And I like to call these type of ads glitter ads, because kind of like glitter, they just kind of show up everywhere. You can never get rid of it. People find it everywhere, right? They help you dominate the news feed. They help you position yourself as the go-to authority in your niche. So whenever it's time to launch, and then the new people see your registration ads, they see your challenge launch ads, they're like, hey, I can't wait to sign up. So if you want to have a successful launch, the number one thing is to make sure you plan well in advance so you can get in front of enough people to hit your amazing revenue goals. Don't wait till the last minute and just throw some ads up there and hope to get people in, because you probably need a lot more people registered for your event than you actually think.